Christian Sanchez is a senior who has been working in ceramics for 5 years. It's his passion. Christian uses ceramics as a way to express his thoughts and ideas through different color combinations and designs.
Christian is a very talented and successful artist because I think he is very curious and he's not afraid to explore his different ideas, and he is not afraid to fail. He'll work on a project and he'll try different routes to a solution until he comes up with something that he's satisfied with. For instance, his musical instruments. He made a whole variety of different musical instruments out of clay, and he tried different sizes, different ways of constructing it until he found a method that worked best for him.
This is ceramic flute, one of the projects I had to do in my pottery class. I just improvised and did another method of making this. And again, I used a method of slabs, and also I did a pinching method. Then I just put it all together and then the same techniques they taught me.
He also tries many different kinds of glazes and works on the wheel, and he just tries all different. He's curious about everything, and I think that's the number one thing. Any artist should have an inborn curiosity.
Christian likes to make all his creations completely different. His creations aren't just for decoration. Some are usable, like soap dispensers, toothbrush holders, and even instruments.
I made this instrument out of a basketball. What I did to it is grab the regular basketball, cut it in half, and after that I just put the pieces back together. Then later on I just made a hole in both sides, and then grabbed another piece to make this shape as a cylinder.
Christian doesn't give up when something doesn't go his way. He changes it and makes it work. He doesn't like to make his creations simple. He likes to make them creative, challenging, and good. Sometimes Christian makes his creations in a way ordinary people don't. For example, Christian made one of his instruments using a basketball.
Christian has always been good at pottery. I remember when we took pottery in sophomore year, he did something with a basketball, which I thought was pretty crazy because it's hard to get the clay over the basketball. So he was always good to begin with, but just as time progressed, he just got better in details and making it more neat and stuff like that.
Christian always picks very challenging projects to do. For instance, his musical instruments were very challenging, and he always goes for unusual things rather than always going for the ordinary or the obvious. He always goes for something that's a little more obscure, a little more challenging. His pots that he makes, he likes to put different kinds of adornments on them, like handles or textures or things that make them different than anybody else's. So he's very curious, and he's very innovative in the things that he chooses to do.
I try making them look different because in these 4 years in school that I have pottery, I like to experiment with something new. I like to make something new, and later on in the future when I open a studio, I can come with a solution to it because I already experienced it before.
Christian has inspired me in the aspects of pottery because just with him never giving up on a piece, if something doesn't go right, he just still finds a way to make it usable. If something breaks or a dent, he'll put a detail in there, add some sort of handle or something to still make the pottery look good.
Christian has made many pieces and will continue to make many more in the future. He never expected to love ceramics as much as he did. He plans to keep producing ceramics as a hobby instead of making it a career. Christian's passion for ceramics will hopefully inspire others to try new hobbies and activities because you never truly know what you like unless you try it.
It seemed like a normal school day. But it wasn't. This summer,
You don't understand. We're running out of time.
you can watch
I thought we were friends!
Attack the Pest Dispensers. Where one simple legend, thought to be false, turned out to be true.
What are you doing? You know you're not supposed to feed them after midnight.
Don't tell me you believe in that old legend.
What are we gonna do? There's no escape!
I'll handle this.
Why did you do that? Now they're gonna multiply.
The end is near. Run while you still can. Attack the Pest Dispensers.